everyone, to the Recharge Chair Wellness Series. I'm David Pearson, Vistage, COO of Vistage, and today's moderator. Hey, this is the second webinar we've done in this series that has been introduced for Vistage chairs. Today's focus is on personal health and wellness. And I'm really pleased to be able to introduce our speaker, Dean Rosson. Dean is the president and founder of Strong Potential. It's an Atlanta-based consulting firm specializing in powerful transformation through health and wellness. Dean is a professional business speaker and a nutrition coach, and he's invested more than 2 decades in the field of health and fitness. As an author, a business speaker, a certified sports nutritionist, a certified fitness trainer, and a competitive bodybuilder, he's got a lot of titles here, Dean specializes in transforming individuals, companies, and organizations to improve productivity and lower their healthcare costs. Hey, as we're going through this his presentation, if you have any questions for Dean, take a look at your webinar panel and you'll see a questions section. Please go in there and just type in your question. I'll be monitoring the questions throughout the session, and at the end we'll get a chance to ask Dean some of those questions. So please pop in there and ask questions throughout the session. I'll remind you at the very end. I also want to let you know that Dean has also included some handouts for today's webinar. So if you want to take a look at those and follow along and take notes, you can do that. If you look at that webinar panel, you'll also see there's a handout section, and you can pull them over from right there. So with that, Dean, I'm going to turn it over to you. Thanks for being here with us.
Our goal right now is to talk about being better, stronger, and more productive, and yet things are changing. Things are changing rapidly, and so what does that do? It creates a level of stress. And so I want to ask you, are you feeling stretched today? A lot of people right now are very concerned. And you know what? That's a normal emotion, but there's something that happens when we start to feel pressure and we feel like we do not have control. Things begin to happen, the economy, the COVID-19, stress and fear. Fear could shut you down. You've heard the phrase, paralyzed by fear. And unfortunately, the people that you work with, your group members, are experiencing a level of fear that they didn't even know that they were going to experience. It was thrust upon them. And now you're in the responsibility of navigating all of that with them and sometimes for them. But so I've been doing a lot of research over the last year about what happens with fear. And so literally stress, the symptoms of stress are very powerful and even corrosive on the human body. It literally affects the body, your thoughts, feelings, and your behaviors. Stress can contribute in many health problems such as diabetes. Now wait a minute, stress can contribute to diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, and obesity. And that's one of the reasons we're getting together today, because we could end up stronger, more productive, and even better, more clarity of thought on the other side of this quarantine, of this dilemma that we were put into. But it doesn't have to be a negative as much as it could be. We could make some serious changes right away. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you several very powerful points that I can guarantee you, 1, you can implement them immediately, and 2, they will begin to work right away. You can literally start this as every diet, as every program, Monday. So we can start this on Monday. So have a great weekend, get it out of your system. But here's one of the things that I believe is more important than anything else, is the way we think, our mindset. It's called a wellness mindset. As a matter of fact, a lot of times people say to me, they go, okay, I believe you. What do I do? What do I start to do? Now, Tony Robbins has it's called the 5 keys of change. He says number 5 is what? The what do I do? Which is where most people start. He says, don't go there first. Where do we start? It's this. Why? The first point, the first key to life change is why. So in other words, he calls it the compelling why. So I ask you today, why are you on this call? You obviously were, you read the topic and it's something that you're interested in, but there's a reason you're here, and I'm glad you're here. And so here's what I want to do is develop the mindset. And then Communicate that with your family, communicate that with others. But right now, it's about you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the mindset for just a few moments. The wellness mindset is very powerful. And having that positive mental attitude towards health. This is from Harvard Medical School. They say it's one of the most important things a person can develop in their lifetime. Those who are wellness minded have more energy, better health, greater chance of success, and an overall happier life. Now think about this. Wellness mindset, that's not what you do, it's who you are. And so I want to start with that. It's who you are. It's what you are. You wake up in the morning, you haven't even exercised yet, but you're the healthy person. So it is a mindset. As Zig Ziglar used to call it, it's a checkup from the neck up. And so we want to make sure we focus on that. Now, here's something that's interesting is a couple weeks ago, we had water damage here in our house. And we had about 5 or 6 years ago just renovated and just put a lot of effort and energy into completely renovating our basement and made it one of our favorite areas of the home. Well, we had water damage right above where I'm standing, and it was in our kitchen. And all this water just started coming down, and I was shocked. It only took a couple hours, and it almost destroyed the whole thing. But here's what happened. I came down, I noticed the damage. Did I immediately say, we got to start vacuuming up with a wet vac all the water? Did I say, let's start repairing the drywall? No. Here's what I did. I stopped the leak. I stopped that which was doing damage. So what I want to do is focus today also on identifying and stopping those items that do the opposite of what we just saw, which is more energy. We could actually do something that creates low energy. It saps the energy out of each one of us. It literally sabotages our own success. And we're definitely not happy. And it all comes down to a mindset and choices. We are the sum total of every choice we've ever made. But what is it that we're referring to? Is that basically each choice is either brings with it benefits or consequences. And so basically here's what it boils down to. Success is a series of good choices. Obviously, that's why we work with Vistage. We work with people who know how to make good choices. The quality of your health is a direct proportion to the quality of the choices you make every day. So what I want to call it is a trajectory. You can make a choice that sets your health and wellness on a certain trajectory. Now, if you're like most people, what is in the trajectory? Where are we heading?